Hey everyone, this is Elizabeth Rocha with Fuego Fit Nation. I hope you guys have all enjoyed all the Crockpot meals shared this week here. I am really looking forward to making this chicken tortilla soup. Now, this is perfect, I feel, for any time of the year, and especially during the weekend when you can sit down and enjoy a nice bowl of soup. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and place my chicken breast inside the bag. And then I'll add the seasonings to it and have it ready to go so that way I have this meal fully seasoned and don't need to worry about anything else in the morning. So there are the chicken breasts. Now I'm gonna add the onions. Okay, it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, 2 minced garlic cloves. And you can use a full onion. I only used half an onion because that is my preference and my family's preference. So never be afraid to take a recipe and make it your own. Just follow the basic seasonings because that right there is what's gonna give your food the great flavor and taste that you are expecting out of this recipe. Now I'm gonna do actually 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Okay, 1 teaspoon. This is also what gives it that spicy taste and kick and the red tint to the soup. Now you can add 1 diced jalapeno. I'm actually not gonna use this, but feel free to do this if you want to have your soup extra spicy. What I will add to my ingredients is the diced tomatoes with green chilies. And I'm also gonna add 1 can of corn. Now you can do thawed corn as well. Diced tomatoes, 1 can of diced tomatoes, and 1 can of black beans. Now before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and add the 1 teaspoon of salt. And again, I get my salt at Costco. This here is half a teaspoon, so that's why I'm doing 2 spoons, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and let me go ahead and I need to add the cumin now, and you need 1 teaspoon of cumin. Can't forget the cumin, that's what gives this a lot of flavor too, brings all the flavors together. And there is the 1 teaspoon of cumin. So far, what I added to my freezer bag is my chicken breast, my onion, and all the seasonings. I have the salt, the chili powder, the cumin. I added the 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and also the 2 garlic cloves minced. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the diced tomatoes, the corn here, and I'm gonna drain a little bit of the water. You can leave all the water in there if you like. The diced tomatoes with green chilies. This smells so good. I love the combination of all these ingredients here. So this again is the 1 can of black beans. And again, if you are preparing this the day of, then you don't have to add all these ingredients into a freezer bag. But if you are preparing this meal the night before and you want to have it ready to go in the morning, this is here a great idea. So again, here is the chicken tortilla soup ingredients. Now you'll also need to add 4 cups of chicken broth. This is organic, low sodium. What I am going to do is I will add the chicken broth in the morning when I add my ingredients to the crock pot, because then it's just gonna be a bunch of liquid in here. Now adding this in the morning is not gonna take up a lot of time. So that is what I will do to finish up this recipe. And what I'm going to share with you next is how to prepare the crispy corn tortillas so that you can top your chicken tortilla soup with some homemade tortillas that are healthy. Okay, so now what I want to share with you is how to make the crispy tortilla chips that you will add to the top of your chicken tortilla soup. That's why this recipe is called that, because you will bake your own tortilla chips, right, to put on top of your soup. Now, this is optional. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to, but this is a healthier way to make your tortilla chips or strips instead of having to buy them. And to be honest with you, this gives your soup a very, very good taste when you combine it together. So what I did was I took 2 tortillas. Now you're gonna go ahead and take, you know, however many tortillas you wanna do. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this in half. So I have my tortillas, and then I'll put all 4 of the halves, I'll put the 4 halves together, and then I'm just gonna slice them all across to make strips, okay? So I'm just gonna like parallel lines across these tortilla chips. I'm a math teacher, so there you go. I'm gonna make, you know, cut these in parallel shapes. So when I'm cutting them, right, I'm gonna get strips. You see that? Yay! So once I have that, you'll spray the tortilla chips with some olive oil or whichever kind of oil you have. You don't need a lot, and then you can sprinkle a little bit of your salt on top of it. Then you'll put them in the oven. You want to set your oven to bake for 350, and you will need to keep a good eye on these. And all you need really to bake these and to get them crispy is about, I would say, 5 to 8 minutes. You can rotate them, but you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on them so they don't burn. I mean, if you like them crispy, that's totally up to you. But again, this is a healthier option to make your own tortilla strips that you can add to your actual soup. You can also garnish this with some cilantro, with a little bit of cheese, with some plain Greek yogurt. But again, make this your own, follow the recipe, make sure that you put your meal together so that it's simple and convenient for you to do first thing in the morning. Again, like I said, I will add my ingredients to the crock pot, and then I will add the 4 cups of chicken broth. Do not forget to add the chicken broth, or you're not gonna have a soup. You're just gonna have a dry substance in the crock pot. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy this recipe. Have fun with this recipe. Enjoy it to the maximum, especially during the fall weather. This is an amazing recipe that you can share with others as well.